Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is week 2 summary of my Chicago Marathon training block. My name is June. This is June Running. Let's get to it. What's going on, everyone? For those tuning in, I appreciate you. Again, this is week 2 of my training block. Week 1 was obviously the previous video, so if you want to check it out, please do so. But again, my name is June. This is June Running. And for the next 16 or so weeks, I am keeping track of my Chicago Marathon training block. So if you want to follow along, please like, comment, subscribe. Any and all feedback is appreciated. Again, this is week 2. Happy running to those, whether you're training or just going out for your daily run or jog. But again, I am training. This is my third run of the year, and this is my first marathon ever. I completed a 8K back in March, half marathon in June, and now I'm going for it big. So going for the 26.2 in less than a year. So yes, I'm a bit scared, nervous, anxious, excited, everything combined, but definitely giving it my all as we continue into week 2. I am using the Runna App as my coach for this training block, utilizing my Coros Pace 3 watch and switching between 3 shoes until I decide which shoe we're going to go with for the marathon. Have a couple of shoes in mind. Haven't decided yet. I think I'm going to go to a store and try some out, see what feels good, and take it from there. So as I'm entering week 2, there's a couple things that I am keeping in mind and in focus. Number 1 is my nutrition. I am looking to lose 20 to 25 pounds by October, while also making sure that I'm eating enough to keep up with the running and the weight training that is happening. So I'm running 5 times a week, lifting twice a week, and then resting 2 times a week. So for this week, I had to rest back to back because I do have, or I'm suffering from shin splints on my left leg. So after 2 days of no activity, I felt good, and I was able to push the last 2 days of this week. Feeling pretty good, finishing pretty good. But again, being conscious of my leg, making sure that I am stretching, eating, working out, but resting is crucial. If I have to tweak my plan around, the Runna app lets you do that, which is pretty amazing. So I think that's what we're going to have to do, take it week by week. But again, main focus now is making sure I'm sticking with the training that's in the application, but also keeping a couple things in mind, working on my stride, working on my cadence as we go into week 2, and then here in the next couple days into week 3. So for those who don't know what cadence is, it's essentially the number of steps that you're going to take per minute as a runner. And from reading, and again, take this with a grain of salt, but from reading, you want to average between 170 to 180 cadence as you're running. The slower you go, I've noticed, it's harder to keep up with that cadence. So the faster you're going, the higher the cadence, and that obviously makes sense. I try to stick to 170 or above. That works for me. It's not the same for everyone. But the great thing about this Coros watch is that it keeps track of obviously the pace, the cadence, and you can set it to where if you fall below certain thresholds, it's going to alert you. Great. Without further ado, let's jump right into week 2 numbers. So starting off my Monday, we were scheduled for a 5.6 easy run. For Runna, they were wanting for me to stick below, no faster than 1050. We averaged 1036. So I split my day here because I woke up late and had to get to work. So we did 4.46 in the morning, and then we finished a 2-miler in the afternoon. So again, it was a total of a little over 6 miles, average pace 1036. So I started mile 1 at an 11-mile pace, and then it came down because I was feeling pretty good. So it averaged between 1024 and 1037 for that Monday. So again, I'm trying to stick to the numbers as best as I can. I felt good, so I decided to push it a little bit. I am working with eating something before my runs. I'm not a breakfast person. So for this day, I decided to eat a rice cake with some peanut butter and a glass of water with salt. And that helped. Now, I have done runs where I have fasted, and I had one later this week in which I did. But overall, felt great, and that took us into Tuesday. So Tuesday, I was scheduled for a 5.4 drop set run or intervals, and then scheduled for a lower body and core strength workout. The workouts are provided through the app, so I'm sticking with it. There's some workouts I'm going to tweak as I want to get a little bit more strength training into my routine. But I did the running in the morning and then the lifting in the afternoon, and it worked out. But going into the run, it's split into eight parts. So, and there's starting with 1.2 mile conversational pace, so no faster for me than 1050. 60-second walk or walking rest, and then averaging the following. So 0.6 at 9:20, 0.5 at 9:15, 0.35 at 8:55, 0.25 at 8:45, and then 0.1 at 8:25, with 90-second rests in between each set, and then finishing off with 0.6 mile conversational pace. So again, 1050. And my breakdowns were as follows. So I started off stronger than I should have at 9:52. And then that took us into, 9:50, So faster than I should have gone. That was my average pace. But my breakdowns were this. So 0.6 at 9:15, 0.6 at 8:52, 0.5 at 8:57, 0.5 at 8:56, 0.5 at 8:44, 0.35 at 9:28, 0.25 at 9, 0.25 at 9:42, 0.10 at 8:26, 0.10 at 8:18, and 0.30 14:28 or so. Overall, felt pretty good. Honestly, going into the eights for pace is huge for me. When I started in October of 2023, my mile was about 12 or 13 minutes because I could not finish. So these numbers are huge. So into Wednesday, this was an easy run scheduled. And I only completed half or so because of my shin splints. So 3.4 miles easy. I did 1.74 miles outside with a pace of 11:18. Again, working on my shin splints. It did start to hurt. I did not want to push. So we stopped there and then actually went in the afternoon and did a easy run 2 miles on the treadmill. So I had a workout scheduled, run workout for Thursday, resting Friday, running Saturday, resting Sunday. But because of my shin splints, I rested back to back. So we took Thursday off, we took Friday off, and then we moved my workouts into Saturday, Sunday. So my Thursday workout actually happened on Saturday, and this was a rolling 300s. So it's a tempo run at 5 miles, and the splits were 1.2 at a 10:50 pace, 0.2 at 9:20, 0.2 at 10:35, and switching back and forth, repeating 7 times, and then finishing off with a 0.95 mile cool down. So slower at 10:50 or slower. So I'm not going to go into each one here because there's about 17 different numbers. So I'm not going to read those off and bore you to death here. But average pace was 10:44, everything combined, and we finished 53 minutes, 44 seconds. Felt great. This type of running is newer to me, but I was pretty excited going into it, and I was pretty proud of when we finished. And that led us into a Sunday morning long run. My long run for this week 2, is 9.3 miles. We finished at 9.37. And the goal was 3.1 at a comfortable pace, 3.4 at 9:55. So my target marathon pace, and then 2.8 at a comfortable pace. And then I was able to average mile 1, 11:14, mile 2, 3 at 10:37, mile 4, 10:04, mile 5, 9:47, 6 at 9:48, 7 at 10:09, 8 at 10:19, 9 at 10:34, and then wrapping up at 0.37 at 11. So I did start to increase in pace instead of maintaining it. Again, this is also a newer workout for me, so trying to maintain that pace got somewhat difficult, but overall felt pretty good. We finished at 1 hour 37 minutes. My legs were sore, but overall felt pretty good. So all things considered, this week 2 has been successful in my eyes. Definitely looking forward to week 3 and beyond, especially as we start to increase mileage, going beyond that 13 miles that we accomplished. So excited for that. If you'd like to follow along, I would appreciate you to subscribe, like, comment, share, and follow along. Love to hear about your journey as well. Again, my name is June. As always, happy running. Adios.